You ever notice how some men act 100% straight until they find out you got something they need? A car, a place to stay for the winter, or some money? Then suddenly they are flexible. Now they don't mind chilling and smoking with you. Now they are open to experiment on the down low, of course, as long as secrecy is guaranteed. This is called a hobosexual DL. These men are motivated by opportunity. And that's just one layer of a much bigger conversation. Because if we're being honest, a lot of these so-called hood dudes are performing. The deep voice, the walk, the toughness, the hypermasculinity. It's like a uniform they wear. It's expected, especially in certain environments where being anything perceived as soft can get you judged or clowned. So they adapt. But here's the question nobody really asks. If every human being is unique like a fingerprint, why do so many of these men act exactly the same? Same tone, same walk, same clothes. At some point, you have to wonder, how much of that is real and how much of that is a show? DL men are very complex, but I noticed that there are three main types of DL men. First, the homophobic DL man. This is the one who struggles internally. He may act on his attraction from time to time in private with someone he feels comfortable with, but he carries a lot of self-hate. The internal fight he has usually shows as aggression towards open gay men and trans women. These two groups in particular remind him the most of what he's trying to suppress. He believes if they don't exist or stayed in the closet, he can forget about who he really is. Second, the committed DL man, the one in more serious relationships with women. Sometimes married, sometimes with kids, but still secretly involved with men. This is where a lot of people feel the most hurt, and rightfully so, because now it's not just about personal identity struggles. Now you're including another person into your internal drama who didn't ask and is unaware. They are simply trusting that you are being honest with them. And third, the aware but hidden DL man. He knows exactly who he is. He's not confused. He's not in denial. But he stays on the low because of fear. He's afraid of judgment, rejection, losing family, losing status or respect, especially if he is in a position of leadership. These are your politicians, lawmakers, CEOs, rappers, religious leaders, and so on. If any of these guys got exposed, it would be career-ending or so highly controversial, they would have to step down from their position. So they choose a woman because they have no choice in their mind, at least. This group of DL men is actually larger than people think, or much more than what is statistically reported about the gay population. I will acknowledge that a few of these men may have actually come to terms with who they are and aren't ashamed. But in their mind, when measuring both the advantages and the disadvantages of coming out, they reason it's usually best to stay on the DL. They have been hiding their whole lives, so it's just easier to do that than to come out and navigate the world as a baby gay or a gay man with very little real-world experience. Who's going to guide them? The heterosexual playbook is much more familiar since it's been ingrained since birth. With all that said, I've noticed not all DL men are moving from the same place. Some are driven by survival, some by selfishness, some by confusion, others by curiosity. And yeah, some just need a place to stay and are pure opportunists, looking for the best come up. That doesn't excuse harmful behavior, especially when other people get hurt in the process. But it does explain why this conversation isn't as simple as people want it to be. Then you add cultural context into the mix. In some parts of the world, like places where being openly gay can lead to prison or being sent to the upper room, staying DL isn't just a choice, it's protection of your freedom and more. So what looks like secrecy to one person might feel like survival to another. At the end of the day, we are not dealing with just one type of DL man in 2026. We are dealing with a spectrum of different men in many circumstances. Now I want to hear from you down in the comments below. Were you aware of the many nuances of DL men? What do you think about this? Are you a DL man listening? I know you're watching me. Did this video hit home? Use your burner account to let us know down below in the comments. Okay, zesty besties, you know what to do. Like this video for the algorithm, comment your thoughts below, share this video, you know who it is. It's your boy Zesty DL. Hit the subscribe button now to get put on game about DL men so you don't get played. Thanks so much for listening.